The other day, I had an experience of what I believe is systemic racism. What had happened, I was in the process of applying for service for my mother. The people that I was talking with were non-Black. They knew I was Black. And they did not know that I was a physician. Or, I take that back. I actually did identify myself as Dr. Rahman, and they proceeded to call me by my first name. And throughout my interaction with these people, and I believe the main protagonist was a white female, a middle-aged white female, is the feeling that she tried to imply that, one, I didn't know what I was talking about, and two, how dare I question what she said, which was obviously wrong, and three, if I didn't like what I heard, then I could go elsewhere. That was all very clear in our conversation. And to me, I identified this as systemic racism because I felt that that's the way she treated all non-white people. That's the way that she was used to dealing with non-white people. And the fact that I questioned her made her angry. And after this encounter, although everything in my being identifies this as systemic racism, how does one prove it? People will say, well, it was a bad interaction. It was just between two individual people and it had nothing to do with either one's race. Or they could say it was something else other than racism. But it felt like racism. When I have heard patients describe their interactions with physicians when they go to receive health care, and they say they feel as though they are not heard. They feel as though people dismiss what they're saying. And they seek out a Black physician for those very reasons, then I believe they too identify similar feelings that I had, similar to what they have experienced as systemic racism. And that's the problem with systemic racism. It is so easy for other people to dismiss what you're saying. It's so hard to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this happened by virtue of the fact that I'm Black and this other person is white. It makes it easy for the white person in this situation to say, oh no, it's not me, you're being overly sensitive. It's your problem. It's your problem. It has nothing to do with me. And so my question to you, if you're a Black person, have you ever experienced systemic racism, and what did it look like? How did it make you feel? And if you're a white person, have you experienced systemic racism or the benefit of systemic racism, or have you never encountered it? And this is a question that's really pertinent in healthcare, especially when we see that the racial disparities in healthcare continue. They continue and they increase. And no one seems to know how to identify or how to deal with it specifically. I'm going to be pondering this more, because when I say to you, I know how that encounter made me feel. It felt dismissive. It felt racist. But if I were going to prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt, I would have difficulty. And maybe that's why systemic racism is so insidious, so easy to deny, so easy to point the finger at the person receptive, receiving the treatment, the mistreatment. Well, food for thought. I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know your thoughts, and have a great day.